There's a certain level of importance that us as American Africans need to attain first. The most important objective and goal for our survival is our children. Whether you like little brown kids, light-skinned kids, yellow kids, whatever the fuck your taste may be, all of our children are the most important thing. You as an adult do not matter. You as a teenager does not matter when it comes to the level and the thought process and the age of a child. And let me explain that to you. Let's go ahead and we'll start from my age group. If I'm 40 years old, a 35 and 30-year-old person is way more important to me because they have longer longevity. Even though I may have leadership tactics, ability, and skill, I have to assess that portion in my brain that anybody that's 10 years younger than me, I'm their senior, that's my junior. Therefore, their life matters more than mine. All right, I know. We're gonna get a little crazy in this post, okay? If you are 30 years old, a 25 and a 20-year-old, if you are addressing them properly, communicating with them, and you have their ear in their mind, and you have tactics, capability, communication skill, and leadership to approach and teach and mentor these young people, they are way more important than you. Now, why did I break it down like that? I broke it down like that because we have some guerrillas in our midst. There's just some people that just ain't gonna get it. That, whether it's the intellectual class or the warrior class, we have a lot of African Americans that are on drugs. We have a lot of African Americans that love men that are men. And we have a lot of African Americans that love women that are women. And we say, well, why would I attack such a small thing? Because what you have to understand, that one, people who are on drugs, men who love men and women who love women, they have adopted to the white way of society and they love the white culture. This is why they are the way they are. I don't care what nobody says. This is basically, you have a guerrilla in your midst. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That same way with these pastors in religion. You have to really know that your church leader is really a church leader for the people, and he or she is not just trying to make money so they can get the new Audi or the new Cadillac. So back to what I was saying. If you're 20 years old or 25 years old, a 15-year-old is way more important to you. And if you're 15, any child that's age 10 or 5 is way more important to you. Now, what do I mean by way more important to you? Your life has no value when it comes to sustainment and survivability of them. Yes. Yes, your life has no meaning when it comes to sustainment and survivability of them. In my household, it is very simple. And this is the way things break down. Because I'm the oldest and the strongest, my son and my daughter and my wife are way more important to me. Yes, my life is worth giving for them. My wife is more tactically efficient than my son and my daughter. So therefore, her life is worth giving for them. My son is older than my 3 daughters. Therefore, his life is worth giving in sustaining them. My middle child, my daughter, she's way more important. Her sister's way more important than her. You understand how it works now? As you go up like cell phone signal bars, you start to lose the largest bar first. And you say, oh, well, man, that's stupid. Let me tell you why I told you this. The reason why I told you this is because us as adults, if we set the example, our children's lives become way more better. And what I mean by setting the example, we need to really think about what we do on a daily basis. So the things we do on a daily basis, you have to think about your appearance. And people are like, why are you fucking with a parent? Nigga, if I want to wear dreads and braids, if I want to wear my pants sagging, I can do that. But you have to understand this, sir. You're in warfare. Style does not matter. Your personal needs do not matter. Group needs are what matters. The problem with us, we are so bent on personal needs. Instead of having an affliction to share ourselves for the revolution of the group, you have to be working on group needs. So ladies, your purse and heels don't matter. Your clothes and wardrobe don't matter. What you got in your hair don't matter. It's what you bring to the table that matters. Gentlemen, Japan singing, and you done took 4 or 5 years wasting your time growing some stinky ass dreadlocks, and you still wonder why you done took an individual studies class in college and you can't get no fucking job. It's your fucking appearance. It's your fucking appearance. Do you realize, and I need to really put a scenario in your mind right now, that if most women wore natural, whether it be twist or afro, and most men were bald-headed or clean-cut and shaven all over the planet, do you know what type of scare that would put in the people? Just that one move. Just that one fucking move. Do you know what would happen if everybody started wearing black? Just black. Black clothes are the cheapest clothes you can find, especially when you find something with no name brand on it. Just started wearing black. Well, all of us are one thought, one mind, one love. Let's get together and be alright. What do you think would happen? Just from doing your hair, normalcy, changing your wardrobe, black, and communicating only with others of your same skin type. The problem which people don't recognize when it comes to cultural social warfare is that Facebook is there, Twitter is there, all these social media sites are there to get a rise out of you, and also to block you from what's really going on. Yes. If they're showing you the fact that Rice hit his wife, but they didn't show you that a Catholic priest had sex with boys, anally, and a dog, they're hiding things under your nose. My wife and I, we did an experiment this weekend, and what we wanted to do, and this is out to my adversary, because he feels the need to always break down what black people do. So I say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and test the political piece to it. So I compared how many rapes and child molestations happened in the past 90 days by whites compared to how many happened by blacks. Now people say, oh, that's just racist. No, it's not. But if you're going to report the news fair and balanced, shouldn't you report every incident that matters? So you're in a social, cultural warfare right now. And the problem is, if they can break us apart, they're winning. If men can hate women, and women can hate men, and plus more men can hate other men because you don't like what the fucking shoes he got on, or he think he hard, or man, he think he the shit. It's easy to take us apart. See, what y'all fail to understand, white people don't even like each other, but they're staying side by side. They don't give a fuck. Who the fuck? The dude beside him could be a child molester. The fact of the matter is, that child molester is white, and that's another person that can hold a firearm. Black folks, hey, we don't stand beside each other. But I had to give you the message of the gorillas in the mist, because the gorillas in the mist will be the one to tell the police. They'll tell the what you call the superiors or the public of what you're doing and what you're planning. So you got to get them out your brains. You got to get them out your brains. They're a danger to your ability to move forward. You got to see. No one has time to break down the social structure of psychology to you, so I'm not going to do that. But what I will tell you, I'll give you some prime examples. A lot of black people, or a lot of African Americans, or American Africans were really upset when White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen came out. They said, oh man, they trying to say they're going to kill Barack Obama. That's not what they were saying. See, what y'all got to understand is the CIA, or the Alphabet Boys, runs Hollywood. And because I said that like an idiot, this might get my video, you know, because audio tracks are what picks up keywords in videos. Audio tracks do. So the Alphabet Boys are some of the main jokers that brought that and let that movie be released. But what they don't understand is most Alphabet Boys are not psychologically ill. They're shooters. There's people who have the ability to sterilize the area or do janitorial service and cleanup. That's all they are. They're not complex thinkers like you think. They're given a mission, they're given an objective, they're given a 72-hour watch protocol, and then they hit that objective once they learn that objective traits. Black people's traits are easy to learn. Why are they easy to learn? Because they're all over social media. So let me explain to you the breakdown of what happened in Olympus Has Fallen, the White House Down. First of all, it was a call to go to war against Korea and China. That's what it was. That was the overall thing that you noticed. But what the director tried to hide is to those in the minority class that the best way to take an objective is to hit it and to supply on site. You understand what I'm saying? To hit an objective and supply on site. The guys that came into the movie theater, where did they get all the weapons from? The Army. How did they get access to the Army? Very fast, very quick, very swift. Their objectives, their meets, their needs were known right then and there. They knew exactly what they was going to do. There was no ifs, ands, buts about it. Once they got in the building, what are they going to do? You ever wonder why terrorists survive for so long? Because they have independent cells. They don't have groups of people. They have independent cells. And each one of these cells causes a problem for the enemy. Let's say you have an enemy of 300 people, all right? And you only have you only have 10 cells of 15 to 25 people. So that's 250, 150 people. 10 cells, randomly spaced across the city. As that large army of 300 people rolls through, and the first thing that terrorist cell does is cover up the manholes with sandbags and fill the whole street with gasoline and set the whole street on fire. That eliminates a large number of the 300 troops that are patrolling right there. Secondly, what you have to understand about armored vehicles, body armor, all that stuff that stops rounds does not stop flames. fire is something that has not been mastered by only the fire department. And even they don't get it right. But even though it's a body armor and it's a gas mask, there's still human flesh underneath it. The ability to make both of those one kind of sucks. So flames are one of the biggest enemies of people in body armor and goddamn armored vehicles, because you need air to breathe. A large flame will take air out and also take away your ability to deploy from the vehicle. It also deactivates the gunner's ability to engage targets. You'd be amazed how powerful and intimidating fire is. I've seen this shit firsthand. It will blow your mind. Like, how the fuck did they set this on fire? You also have to realize that what you call the fog of war, the ability to know what you're engaging, indirect fire, direct fire. If you don't have any targets you can probably identify, what are you gonna shoot at? But if they set that sector up, the place that you moved into, as kill zones, you're fucked. Because they wait until you get into the kill zone where all the weapons have the option to engage high, visible, valuable targets at will with a high accuracy and effective range. So why did I bring that topic up? Because a lot of people feel that with unity and communication, technology does not matter against a non-superior battle group. The only thing that matters is commitment and convictions of that battle group. I always say to myself is, why is it that brothers don't go to the range? Right now, the most important thing you have in your life is your contacts in your phone and the fact that you can access social media from your phone. That is the most silliest priority in the fucking world. I'm gonna ask you something. Do you have the abilities right now that if the grocery store shuts off, you can still drink clean, consumable water and still have food to eat every day for 6 months? Can you do it? Most battle groups have been destroyed because of their ability not to get water, not to get fuel, and not to get food. Supplies on demand. The ability to store. Why do you think they stuck most of y'all in the projects? There's no room in there. Most of y'all want to buy a flat screen, collect tennis shoes that you can't fucking eat. So it's easy. So when it comes time to do a knock-knock, bang on the door, and rip your ass from your house, put you in one of these FEMA camps, it's so simple. Because all I have to do is kill your ability to feed. You don't have a job. Everything you do is in food coupons. Food coupons are going to be obsolete when the war starts. It is. Your debit card, it's going to be obsolete. Some of y'all haven't eaten vegetables in damn near 2 months or 4 weeks. 2 months or 4 weeks. A lot of y'all haven't eaten vegetables. That's a fucking shame. But, hey, like I said, if you can't survive on food, vegetables, beans, and rice for 3 months, 6 months, you already fucking failed. Because the first thing they will shut off is that digital TV you got, your ability to get information and live news feed, which is called a media blackout. And then after that media blackout, they're going to make up some horrendous situation is the reason why the media blackout happened. So what you do is you attack towards us with random gunmen, and then you goddamn kill 3,000 black people. What are people going to be more worried about? Towards us, because it's children, and toys and towards us. We are already in a society where people care more about pets than they do blacks. I told this man that if his pit bull got loose, I was going to kill his pit bull and maim him. And you know the first thing out of his wife's mouth was, that's animal cruelty. But if that damn pit bull got a hold of my children and started shaking their arms and legs, that wasn't even your concern. You were more worried about your fucking pit bull. See, y'all don't understand what y'all dealing with, people. Y'all dealing with some insensitive, non-spiritual creatures. Because animals are more important to them than human beings. So you have to cleanse yourself of them. You have to. You have to. You have to come up with a plan, a strategy. And like I said before, they're going to show towards us getting attacked while they start pulling women and men and children out of the projects. And they're going to be beating the fuck out of them because you had a media blackout. Second thing's going to happen, all y'all like doing this. Well, you might be able to record a video, but you ain't going to be able to upload the shit. You ain't going to be able to do no live feed. Why? Because the internet is controlled by 3 sources. 3 corporate sources. No 3 corporate sources have 1 or 2 switch, shut that bitch down either by city, zip code, state, or continent. They can shut the internet down. And it's just a temporary shutdown for 15, 20 minutes. But the bank systems are still going to go. The supply transit corporation systems are still going to move. The The only difference is you're gonna be able to record none of these heresy things from your phone. That's not gonna be able to fucking happen. Ain't that some shit? People, what you must realize, the more effective and more capable they become, the less ability we will have to reject or to stop what is going on. What you must realize is this: 1960s wasn't that far out, and before that, the 1920s and 18-something was not that far out. You still have generation of white folks that still want slavery. You have men out here walking around on social media, painting their white girlfriends, chaining them up, and then they putting this picture on Facebook. Why? Because black people react. We need to stop being reactive and start being proactive. That is our biggest weakness. We want to get mad. Man, look what these crackers are doing. Motherfucking white motherfuckers. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Get yourself 6 to 8 months of food supply. Get yourself a weapon. Get yourself some ammunition. Get everybody in your house proficient with weapons. Look them in their eye. Look them in their eye and say, look, the only way we're going to set an example of people to leave us the fuck alone is we got to start doing to them what they do to us. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with this last statement, but this is the reason why I put this at the end of the video. When you don't have the capabilities or the tactics, let's say your government has failed you. That's right, so the mulatto people leave you out. Let's say that even your own black people sell you out. People are not willing to do what there is to do and more. If an enemy is willing to shoot your children, shouldn't you be capable of shooting them? It's not a suggestion, it's a question. Oh, but we ain't like that. Well, keep this in mind. When you kill that adult, that child's gonna raise up hate for you. So you have to also kill what's next to them. They have no problem wiping out our women and our children. No problem whatsoever. Let me put a scenario in your head real quick. It only needs to happen once or twice. You know why the O.J. Simpson thing scared America so much? Because it represented something that America does not want to see. They don't give a fuck how many black people get killed. Doesn't matter. But the fact that one black man can kill 2 white people, whether he did or didn't, does not matter. It's the fact that it's possible and plausible. Keep that in mind. So let me put another strange scenario, and this probably won't get this video flagged, but hopefully not. This is why I don't want to be popular. This is why I'm not trying to get clicks. I'm trying to sit on people's desks to suggest, just in case things happen, this is how you respond to shit. Watch very closely. If a man comes in and kills a woman and child, the first thing we want to do is give him the electric chair. That's fucking silly. Or we want to put him in front of a fire line. That's also fucking silly. I don't suggest that. Instead of us marching and talking about we shall overcome, as soon as that man, that thing, kills a woman and child, you need to wipe his whole fucking family out the back. Put him in prison, leave him alive, and let him deal with the decisions and choices that his whole fucking family, his whole DNA trait was wiped the fuck off the face of the earth. I don't give a fuck. Now, I'm saying this in a tactical way. That's if somebody did this to you, the thing you need to take out is to give him the most pain ever achieved. Or it, or she, the most pain ever achieved. And the best way you can do that is by ensuring that it don't happen again. Now, will that be publicly broadcasted? I think it will. They have no choice. You can't media black out of shit. Do I suggest you do? No, I'm just simply giving you options. That if somebody goes in and wipes out your fucking house, you know, killing your wife and children, you definitely need to wipe out that motherfucker's family. Mom, dad, sister, brother, nephews, nieces, uncles. Just find out when they all gonna be together one day. Rip them off the face of the fucking earth. Guess what people start doing? I guarantee you this, people stop going after black people. They sure fuck with it. So what people don't understand is some of the greatest dictators of all time are willing to do what you're not willing to do. This is how they survive. Hitler was not killed. He wasn't. Hitler was not captured, nor was he killed. He was allowed to escape. He was allowed to escape. Because he did his part of what they considered a victory. Hitler's ass was in Brazil with a black woman when he died in his 90s. Don't let nobody fucking tell you anything different, bro. So, response is an important thing. If we keep on responding the same way we've been responding to shit for the past 200 years, we're gonna be in the same fucking boat by the time, if we're still here. tell you something. Touch my fucking family, I'll wipe your fucking family off the face of the planet. It don't matter no more, man. Once you lost your wife and kids, who you still here for? I need to move forward. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. I want the whole goddamn world to know that there's motherfucking niggas like me that exist. They have to know. I have common fucking sense. But you gotta understand what type of motherfuckers I work with. You gotta understand what type of people I train on a daily basis. You gotta understand what type of people I've operated with in the past. You have to be able to do what the enemy's not willing to do. And that's what shuts the enemy down. It shuts his or her motivation down. It shuts his or her ability to move forward. This ain't no fucking joke. Don't be punished. Peace. Hey, just keep one thing in mind. There are people, your color and my color, people in our race that are telling the opposition, or might be opposition, because all white, like I said before, all white people ain't enemies. You need to understand who your enemy is. But you must presume that if they're not down for your cause and survivability, they are your fucking enemy. And this is why I'm going to say to some of my fellow posters out there. People who are out there trying to teach our people and empower our people, I love you. I love you. If you're about making a better day for our people, I love you. But if you're telling people that when they see a group of our young boys and a group of our young girls, you need to open fire on them, come on, man. You serious? And this is why I made these two posts. They're going to be called Just In Case 1, Just In Case 2. This is nothing I'm telling you to do. But this is the thing, people. Nazi Germany ran a campaign on the Jews for years. Yes, they did. They ran a public campaign with radio, just a bunch of commercials, making the Jews look bad. Now, the Jews were in charge of education. They were in charge of communication. They were in charge of medication, physical facilities, libraries. They held all the money and the political power back then. And within over a week, they were taken out of positions of power. Their gold and silver was stolen, and their ass was put into camps, facing forward over a pit, and got their head blown the fuck out. But bullets started to cost too much. That's why they started to come up with a sarin gas chamber, or a furnace where they would cook them alive. That's why you see all their bodies, their skins were sucked to their bones. Not only because of hunger and starvation, eating their own fecal matter. You know what I'm saying? Drinking their own piss. Drinking the piss and eating the shit of the children to stay alive. Some of y'all ain't built like that. So what you need to understand is you need to prepare. And any motherfucker on social media that is telling other white people or people of other races to shoot black people, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. This is the only reason why I prepared this post. People, y'all need to arm yourselves. Because we have some fools in our race that ain't worth being black. What gets me about motherfuckers like this is that you have children. These motherfuckers got kids. What safety zone or safety net are you setting for your children? Zero. Peace. This was not here to resonate fear amongst the populace. It was to resonate reality and your own capabilities. To take a true good look at yourself, gentlemen. Why is it that some fat ass police officer can just grab you whenever he feels like it? Why, when today I feel like shooting a Negro today, it can be done and there is no repercussions behind it? Why is it that a police officer can go through the hood, raping 7 or 8 women, and no one has put him in a car set on fire yet? This is not about political authority. This is not about authority and doing what's right. It's about nasty ass human beings taking their power and allowing their power to go against their judgment and treating other human beings less than livestock. Now, I told you before, a lot of y'all may think something's wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm working on all perfect parameters. Listen to it twice, though. If you really think and consider, what options do you have when they start going house to house to house to house to house to house? What are you going to do? You going to grab your Bible? Everybody going to huddle up in one room? You going to start praying? Is that scenario that so far-fetched that you can't fucking believe it? When it's happened almost 70 times up to this date to 70 different cultures. Ask the Koreans. Ask the Chinese. Ask the Indians. Ask the Jews. Ask the African Americans 1, 2, and 3. Ask the people in the projects in the hood right now. Ask them. Is this strategy so far-fetched that it makes you so hard to believe that this television can program even your best friend, who's a white person, to believe and think maybe you need to be wiped off the planet. That television is that powerful, that they're so wrapped up in their teams and their shows as they sit there with their fucking mouth open and all, absorbing a conversation which they cannot even put input into. You can't talk back to that fucking television. But yet still you see these fools out here, what do? They talk back to it. I'm pretty sure 2,000-3,000 years ago I would be considered a fool. 400 years ago I'd be considered crazy. But you some bitch will believe something like UFO hunts or ancient history about UFOs and the black correlation before you believe what I'm telling you, which is reality and plausibility and fact. Okay? End of message.